What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to Attack on Titan, Season 4, the final season, Part 3, the final chapters, Part 1 of 2. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. To all of the people at chat, hello. Welcome. To all of the people who are probably watching the VOD, hello. First things first, as usual, no manga spoilers at all. I'm just gonna be discussing the episode as it is. So if you're an anime only, don't worry about it. Not gonna spoil anything to you. I would not do that at all. Now, Attack on Titan. It's back. Should have been yesterday. Let's be honest here. I should have reacted to this yesterday, but things happen, and we waited for so long to the point where when the episodes did drop, I could not react to it at that point. Like I had to go. I just could not. So I had to postpone it. So there you go. Hearing a lot of good things about this episode or episodes. Or yeah, still one episode, one special episode, but I'm hearing a lot of good things. Hearing a lot of good things. How did I control myself for a day? By sleeping for the entire day. Not really. I lied. I did not sleep. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I did not sleep. I did not. So fatal mistake. I did not sleep. That's why I'm drinking carbonated coffee today. I tried to sleep, but I could not because every time I closed my eyes, I kept thinking about like, oh my god, I'm gonna be watching that scene, that scenery. It's gonna be holy shit. I could not contain the hype. So there you go. Rest in peace, my sleeping schedule. Hopefully, all of you who are in the chat are preparing their own copies of this episode because obviously I am watching this on YouTube. So it's going to be a timer-based reaction. But as usual, there's going to be a picture-in-picture full version in the description once the stream is over. I'm going to have to edit that out first. So if you're not interested in timer-based reactions, or if maybe your internet connection is slow, or you just could not do it, maybe you're on a mobile phone and whatever, and you want like a better way to do it, I am providing you, but you're going to have to wait until the stream is over. Okay, so that's just one thing that you have to contend with when you're doing live reactions on YouTube. That's just the way it is. But for most of you who have been here, for most of you who has been to my live reactions, whether it's from Chainsaw Man, Vinland Saga, and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure you already know how it works. I'm also using the Crunchyroll version, but again, like, if you have any other different versions, maybe you use like Hulu or Funimation or any other from other websites that may have, let's say, opening logos, that's fine. You don't have to sync up with the timer. You can always sync up with the footage, which you will see right here, but just blurred, right? So you have two options. You can just sync it up with the timer, or you can sync it up with the footage. All right? So I'm still giving you time. I'm still giving all of you guys time to prepare your own copies, to go to Crunchyroll or open your other players from other means that you have obtained the episode from. I'm not gonna judge. But all I will say is, like I said in the chat before the stream began, I was planning on reading these final few chapters again, but ultimately I decided not to, so I'm just going to re-experience the story once again, like mostly fresh. Alright, like I still remember a lot of the plot points, but some of the dialogue and all that stuff, kinda hazy. So it's kind of giving me a good opportunity to judge this adaptation as its own, because I don't have full reference to the manga. Okay? All right. Is there anything else I want to say? Do I want to? Do I want to? Do I want to use my notebooks? I mean, it is Attack on Titan. I don't really need it. Speaking of the anime awards, I did saw like the winners and all that stuff, but I'm not gonna discuss it yet. I'm probably gonna discuss it later in another stream after this stream is over. So if any of you guys want to stick around, I'm gonna probably do another stream where I'm gonna be talking about the anime awards and the winners, and it's just a small little discussion. But anyways, that's beyond the topic of what we are going to do today. So hopefully all of you already have your copies of Attack on Titan ready. Let me just move chat over here. Let me just have the episode here. Make sure I'm recording. Okay. This is a long time coming, man. A 1-hour Attack on Titan episode. Like come on. Come on. It's always been a dream of mine to have like the final episode or episodes of Attack on Titan be like an hour-long special, and we're getting it. I am so happy. Okay. Hang on, let me reset the timer. Alright, all of that seems to be in order. Sorry. This is the first frame that I'm seeing, complete white. So I don't know what's gonna happen next, but all I'm seeing is just complete white. So this is my first frame, alright, okay? So, once again, hopefully all of you have your copies of Attack on Titan, the final season part 3, part 1 ready. Because I'm gonna start a countdown. The countdown is gonna be 5 seconds. And once it hits 0, I press play. You should press play, and we should all be in sync. Okay? Okay. Okay. My heart is pounding, by the way. My heart is actually pounding. Like, one of my favorite chapters of Attack on Titan will be adapted, like at long last. Not just the chapter, but multiple chapters, right? Like this entire segment is filled with great moments that I just cannot wait to see them adapt. Okay. I'm rambling a bit too much. I know all of you guys are waiting for this. Okay, so hope you guys once again have your copies ready, because I'm going to start the countdown in 3, 2, 1. Okay, countdown starts now. What did I say when I was watching the trailer? What did I say? Some of you guys have been asking, like, how are they gonna do it? And I said, they're gonna show it, obviously. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Love this presentation already. Ramsey and Halil. Han. I'm also probably not gonna look at chat, by the way, so I'm sorry, but I have to focus on this. I'll read all of your live chats and comments after we finish the episode, and we can discuss all of it. Yeah, you can hear it. Fantastic presentation. The statue. Interesting shot choices. The angles. The pregnant lady. Hmm. Focusing on his shadow that is growing. I'm noticing a lot of like use of camera lenses, like the way they defocus and focus on Aaron. And the camera movement as well. Hmm. We don't get to see it, we just cut to it. Powerful enough to know that Aaron did the right thing. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm. Wow. The score. Wow. Wow. Ah. Annie's place. That's see, that was not in the manga. Holy shit! The hollow statue. Chaos. Need to shut my mouth. Holy shit. I'm speechless. That that was cinema. Completely obliterates my expectations. Bullet wounds from before. Look at these two blushing. Loving a lot of these shots that they are using though. Like the placements, the way everything is composed, the composition of it all. This shot where, oh man! Hayashi. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, this the music. They are really setting the atmosphere here. Like, wow. Look at those background arts. Time's a ticking. Again, the angles that they're choosing, I'm really digging it. And there's always a single light, there's always a single light source. Wow. Oh, they're using a lot of tracks from like previous seasons, which I am really loving. Like a lot of these nostalgic callbacks, right? There's the question. That was such a cool detail. The centipede within the wine. Once again, like I said, one single light source, right? The lamp. I love how snappy the pacing is. Like the way they move from scene to scene. Really enjoying it. Or a future. Everybody has their resolve. Also notice how the lighting in the hangar is green, kind of symbolizing the wings of freedom, and you know their coats being green as well. Hmm. It's that guilt. He's I miss this song. Oh, who dat? Who dat in the back? Oh, the shot composition though. Don't lose hope. I love the screeching sound whenever they signal the rumbling coming. It's a race against time. No, 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 nope, nope, nope. It's gonna break me. No, 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 no. They're not playing this song. Holy fuck. Sasha. Wow. I was not expecting them to play. I was not expecting them to play backlight for Hanji. Whew. The anime did a much better job at conveying how much Hanji's sacrifice, you know, the weight of Hanji's sacrifice. Because in the manga, it kind of felt some people felt that her death, was pointless. But like, but the way the anime handled it, the way they showed how desperate it is, it's perfection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just hammering that guilt just a bit. Mm-hmm. Kusorayo. Yeah, Levi has unfinished business with him. Right, right. Talk about it. Talk about it. Who can relate? Mm-hmm. Yes. These two were close in season 2. You gotta remember that. Yes. Exactly. Always the diplomat. Perspective. It's all about perspective. I love how everybody's still kind of afraid of Eren when they're saying it, but Levi's like, Eren, stop this and let me beat your ass. Here we go, here we go. Editing's great. Camera angle's great. The reveal. That's new. Looping around the endless cycle. Okay, yep. Commander. I'm really loving a lot of these hard cuts to, like, you know, to different scenes and all. Like, it works. It doesn't feel abrupt, if that makes sense. Birds. Title of the chapter is Sinners. Everybody's admitting their sin, all the things that they've done in the past. Yeah, that's the thing. That's you can't turn back time. What's happened has happened. So how do you live with it? That's like the message here, right? Hmm. It's never too late. Mm-hmm. This new rendition. Interesting shot. Mr. Leonhard. But look at this. Wait, who is that? He got that drip though. Kind of looks like Armin a bit. It's an interesting shot. Yes, they are. Playing the Global Alliance fleet again. Mm-hmm. I don't really have to discuss it. Like the dude's already telling the audience like the theme of the show. Oh, yeah. Sinners. Oh, that shot. Ooh. All of you innocent children, we failed you. Was that line in the manga? I don't remember it. Little do you know. Uh-huh. That looks pretty good. They're actually playing the full song. Oh my god, he's gonna transform and the song is gonna hit. Yep. My god. Fuck. No. Oh, 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 oh. Just keep moving forward, right? Trampling ants, mimicking the colossal titans. Yep. There's that screamo. Anything else? Preview? No? No. That's it.
Oh, I've seen the preview. It's just a bunch of clouds. I didn't actually hear what the preview is because I had it muted, but I just only saw like the visuals and that was pretty much it. But oh boy, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. A lot of really high moments. A lot of moments are adapted to heights that I could not possibly imagine. I would also say because of its like shorter length overall, like if we're counting like this, like if we're counting like the entire final third part of the final season, it's definitely in my own personal opinion the most consistently well produced and animated episode that Studio Mappa has produced. Like I am looking at this and I'm like, holy shit, this looks like solidly clean. Like, and when I say solidly clean, I mean like when you go back to like let's say season 2, for example, when you're watching the broadcast version, like let's say you take the penultimate episode when they were fighting in the docks. There was a shot where they zoom in on Lady Azumabito, and it looks really low resolution because it is. Like, it was a low res image of her that was just being zoomed in on a medium shot. They fixed it on the Blu-ray, but for like the TV release, like there was some clear moments, shots, images from like final seasons parts 1 and 2 that, that I would say were rushed. Like overall still a great experience, but like I noticed like some moments here and there. Here, I could not notice a single flaw in terms of like, well, not flaw, but I like every shot in my eyes feels very high definition. Like they weren't cutting corners in terms of like everything. I'm still in disbelief. Oh my god, that first, oh man. Rumbling scene was a 10 out of 10. This, I was about to say this, that the entire rumbling scene may be my favorite. Okay, as overall, I would say the rumbling sequence, Halil and Ramsey being stepped on, up to Aaron's freedom panel, I would say is my favorite moment in all of Attack on Titan. I'm saying it right now. I mean, it's my favorite moment in the manga. It is my favorite moment in all of Attack on Titan anime. The Hanji fight scene? Holy shit. The amount of care and attention that they put on this scene, like they expanded this to hell. Holy moly. it's up there. It's amongst my favorite fight in all of Attack on Titan. It's so freaking good. It is so freaking good, and it looks. I'm just happy. Like most of the reaction is just me sitting here in silence and with a gaping mouth. That was my reaction to all of this. Like I was just in awe. It was and the OST as well. Playing that classic song. Back in back in season 1 when everybody was putting their trust on Eren, right? And Eren puts his trust on Levi Squad. And just look at that, boys, look at that. Animated on ones. Animated on ones. Each frame a different image. One. I am having an orgasm. It's so good. Oh man, it's so good. And I think this scene is like way better than in the manga. I'm just gonna put it that way. This entire scene, the way they directed it, the way they showcase how much of a danger these titans, these colossal titans are towards the Alliance, and how much Hanji, like pushed herself to her limits. Like in the manga, you just like flip 2 pages and then she's dead. That's why there were some complaints, right, from manga readers when Hanji died, that like most people would say it is a really sad scene, but for some people they would also criticize, which understandably so, right? I disagree with them, but still, it's understandable that some people were saying, like, oh, Hanji's death felt, pointless, like Hanji could have went into the airplane the way some of the manga panels were drawn and shot. It kind of felt like Hanji didn't really have any impact on stopping the colossal titans. The anime just pretty much addressed that and saying, nope, let me show you like Hanji taking out like multiple colossal titans, seeing how much they actually affect the way they move, seeing how much it actually stops, like the planes stopped before the plane took off. It was perfection. It was perfection. Yes, bro, Pinkest. Like gave gave Hanji like the best farewell that she could possibly have. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when a character is about to die, they have to go all in. Like show some respect to her. Man, did they show some respect to her. And this and the entire sequence itself, the way it's directed, is just like so good. Having that old Attack on Titan music from season 1 kicking in for nostalgia's sake, seeing Hanji like slicing and dicing these colossal titans one by one, cutting it to cuts to the Alliance preparing the plane, like ticking time bomb, right? Every time Hanji gets rid of one, It's not done yet. They still haven't repaired the plane. They have to keep moving. They have to keep moving. And as the plane takes off, the song also reaches its like climax. Like oh, it's. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this just a bit. I want to see that again. I want to see this again. Like sad as it is, but my god, they nailed this. The fact that Hanji died because of because of the heat would eventually overheat her gear, and therefore the leftover ammo, being unable to complete and finish this final Titan that she was eyeing for, right? Like she was aiming for it, couldn't do it. But it's enough. They managed to escape, and that's all there is to it, right? Hanji wakes up, sees Commander Erwin, Mike, Nanaba, Sasha in the back, along with Keith. Everybody looking up. Moblit as well. Can't forget about the goat. Everybody. People from Levi Squad. The dude with the bandana from season 1. Hanji is like, well, what's left of Hanji, right? At least, right here, but like still. Is this meant to be Flock? Like there's only one person with red hair that I know in Attack on Titan. Oh yeah, why is the horse here? I understand the dude, but why is the horse here? What's so special about the horse? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Is this Hannes? Hang on. Yeah, I think this is Hannes. Down here. Like he's like the only character with, who doesn't wear the Wings of Freedom emblem. Like he's the only one with the with the roses. That's Keith and Sasha right there at the top. Oh, that's Petra right there. Top left. Recognize her from the color of her hair. That's Petra. This is probably Why am I forgetting his name? Why am I forgetting his name? The dude that was in love with Hitch. Why am I forgetting his name? Oh my god, I'm forgetting a name of a character from Attack on Titan. I'm a fake fan. But anyways, fantastic sequence. Marlowe, that's the boy. Such an amazing scene. You can tell us all about it. Of course, going back to how Hanji likes to tell stories and everybody likes to get away from him from her because they don't want to listen to her stories, but now she has all the time in the world. Okay, I'm kind of skipping forward to chapter 2 there, so let me go back to chapter 1 again. So let's start here, shall we? Let's start from the very beginning. What could it mean? What could it mean? I mean, I know. I've read the manga. I've seen the first chapter of the manga. Is it actually? Now, I don't think telling people when this specific panel happened in the manga is a major spoiler at all. I mean, clearly they had to put this because they didn't put it before, right? So they have to find a place and time to actually put this scene in because of its importance. But that's just because of how they adapted season 1, and you know what I mean? But I guess I won't talk about it. I won't press for it further, even though I don't think it's technically a huge spoiler. Because it's just a matter of like how they rearrange scenes and its placement between the manga and the anime. But whatever. Hayashi cooked so hard. Yes, he did. He cooked so hard and he cooked it to perfection. I think this goes to show how much Hayashi has pretty much understood or understand the source material. You know what I mean? Like having worked with Attack on Titan for more than 3 years now, he already has a grip, right? Like Attack on Titan is basically his story now to direct, right? And watching this, the way some scenes are directed, ah, yeah, fantastic, fantastic. But now for the actual rumbling scene, and I'll talk about this, and I'll talk this before I talk about the rumbling scene. A lot of really good shots throughout this entire hour, by the way. Like shot composition wise. The low angled shots. Just so good. Going back to Starslinger's comment saying that while loving the adaptation, you're probably in the minority, and just a small nitpick, but was a little underwhelmed with the music that they used in the rumbling scene with Ramsey. Was really hoping they would they would go for a more dramatic, emotional track instead of the horror-esque vibe that they went in. In many ways, I was also expecting a emotional track for the rumbling, but at the same time, I was so like I was just baffled at how they were going with the rumbling, and the fact that they actually chose to go for this horror route that I could not stop but appreciate. Like it's one of those things that you also it's one of those things that music can definitely change the mood of a scene, right? That's the power of editing and the power of music. So obviously, when you are reading the manga, when I was reading the manga, and when you are reading the manga, obviously we have different takes on how a certain moment is captured, right? Because we're only seeing and reading it. We're only taking it in, the emotions that we feel are based on the images alone, right? So it's very interesting to me that whoever decided to decide for the rumbling to be a horrifying experience, like maybe it is Hayashi, maybe it's the sound editors, but personally it works because I would say the rumbling scene is it's enforcing how horrifying the rumbling actually is and how messed up Aaron's plan is. Like it makes it unsettling because you are giving a stark contrast between Aaron forgiving Ramsey, immediately cuts that to Ramsey getting completely annihilated, cuts back again to Aaron, proclaiming the freedom panel, right? Oh, but I get you, Star Slinger. I get you. The visuals themselves are horrifying, but um, an emotional track would actually make it even more saddening and horrific. The intense music for is felt a little on the nose. I can understand where you're coming from. I can completely understand where you're coming from.
I was about to make a comparison to a show, but that would spoil the show, so I decided not to. Like, don't get me wrong, like once again, you know, like for a lot of us, I would assume, right, for a lot of manga readers, I would say, like the Freedom Panel, usually when it comes to like fan edits or whatever, or our own head canon in terms of like what music they want to play, usually like Vogel Imkavik comes to mind. TKT or Thanks AT is also, you know, like contenders, for example, right? But I would say the fact that they are using the, you know, again, like the horrifying song, the horrifying music, again, enforcing the horror of the rumbling as the opening segment of this 1 hour special, the opening segment of the, you know, the final chapters, it would it sets the tone of like, okay, this is what we're trying to stop. Also, Ramsey being able to see Ymir. What is up with that? This shot, holy shit! They did not hold back on censorship. Let me tell you that. Jesus, I love this though. I love how we cut from that. We zoom out, then we zoom out again, just to show like, yeah, that's just like an insignificant like dot, and what used to be like buildings on the left and right. I love that shot. I love this shot a lot. I half agree with you, Starslinger, in terms of like why they chose why they didn't use the emotional music, because I agree that they're not trying to make us overly sympathize with Eren. Again, you know, like enforcing that, hey, this is a pretty fucked up thing, genocide is bad, stop supporting it. But I would say it's also, I would say it's actually juxtaposed pretty well, especially towards the end. Like all of this, all of this sequence here, absolutely horrifying. Like absolutely horrifying. They actually showed Grandpa Jaeger being left alone in his cell, and okay. I was wondering where he was in the manga. Okay, question answered. Kind of depressing. like this is all haunting post-apocalyptic stuff, and a lot of symbolism, a lot of like really hellish imagery here and there. But what I was trying to get at is once we actually get to here, once we actually get to the freedom panel, here I would say the juxtaposition works really well because you have a really haunting music being juxtaposed with Eren giving a really hopeful speech. Having an emotional music would make it sadder, but having the haunting music just makes it more unsettling. And I think the unsettling nature just kind of adds more mystery and nuance to Eren's character, which would probably benefit more in part 2. Like personally, I would say this builds more expectations of like what is inside Eren's head. If I was an anime only watching this, right? Then let's say having an emotional music. But again, like you can make arguments for both. Because the whole idea of Eren being the bad guy, but we also have to sympathize with him, has always been a running theme throughout part 2 and part 1, right? It's like, oh, he's the protagonist, but he's doing really bad things, and he's trying to become the antagonist, but we have to, sympathize with him. Like that was always in the back of the minds of a lot of people. So yeah, either way, like at the end of the day, they decided to to use this as this is how they want to portray the rumbling, which my reaction speaks to itself though. If I do have to nitpick, if I do have to nitpick, I think this could have been animated slightly better. That's like my one nitpick. I think this shot could have been animated better. Because Eren is just opening his mouth. That's like, at least blink. Eren, blink twice. Eren, blink. Please blink. Blink twice if you're still in Paradis. Blink twice if you're still in the crystal in Paradis. Come on, do it. I'm still waiting for that blink. He's still not blinking. He did not blink. Sorry, AOE bros. Sorry. It ain't happening. But yeah, this is like my only one nitpick because of like how impactful the shot is. So I was so yeah. That's pretty much it. Everything else is great though. Like don't get me wrong. Nah, it's starting to bug me. No, like like they animated all of his clothes. Like this is really hard to animate. Couldn't you just make him blink? Just once. Just one blink. Just one blink. I want to go. I want to look at the manga panel. Actually, I just want to see like a direct comparison. Careful not to spoil anything because I don't want things to get spoiled. Wow, they really did just adapt like basically volume 33 of Attack on Titan, like in its entirety. Like this was a single volume adapted from beginning to end. Personally, I would say it's the horizon. Because this is flat, right? Which, okay, realistic, but having a more circular horizon line would make Eren seem to be like really on the top of the world. I don't know. That's just like my number. That's like my one nitpick. That's pretty much it. Moving on. That was 11. That was 11 minutes from beginning to end. Man. Wonderful, wonderful. Now I'm not gonna talk about this, but this is really interesting though, right? When Eren was talking about like having his dream and whatever, he looks back, sees Armin. Armin is in shock, and then he suddenly goes, "Huh, Annie?" So if anything, this is like an indication that at this specific moment, Armin got transported, or Armin got a vision of Eren during that moment. How or why, we do not know yet. But it is one of those moments where you go, whoa. What is going on here? Now, obviously, later on in chapter 2 of part 3, of part 1 of part whatever, but later on in chapter 2, we do get to see, like all of the gang suddenly back in paths, right? They got back in paths, and then they meet Eren again. But this is a pretty interesting scene, right? Like I'm trying my best not to spoil anything, but just talking from like how things are structured. Moving directly to Armin and Annie, birds in the back. They have a little sit. They talk it out. Alone. Two of them right in the center. Again, just really love some of the shot compositions and the angles that they're choosing for, for some of these shots. They're both blushing. What could it mean? I really love the fact that they added the detail that Annie was also blushing when Armin hold her hand. Like right here. I don't remember this in the manga, but like this specific detail of her blushing, but oh my god, Armin, you killed a lot of people? I killed a lot of people. Are we That was a joke. It was a joke that the fandom made because these two got along when they're talking about like, oh yeah, I killed people. Isayama's not really the best in terms of creating relationships, but it is what it is. One bird came in, seagull, looks at Armin, both made eye contact. Cuts to black. And then you see it. Eren's head. They're not showing where it is, right? But they're they're like showing only like this only this part of his head, right? This really almost claustrophobic ratio, right? This really taking up the space of the screen. Usually I would like to attribute this to like being in prison, right? Because of how if somebody is like really taking up space, it could either mean that they are in control or they are being suppressed. Here, it's definitely Eren being suppressed. He can't go anywhere. He is stuck. He is, in a way, imprisoned by his own desire. Oh yeah, the eyes are open in the anime and it's closed in the manga, so obviously it's an anime original ending confirmed. Like Eren's thinking of something else. Well, yeah, duh, of course. And again, I am not fully opposed to an anime original ending, by the way. Like I think if Studio Mappa actually decided to make an anime original ending, I would actually be surprised. I would actually be surprised, and I would like to see what they would do. I don't think they're gonna do it, but if they did, then I would be surprised, and I'll be open to it regardless. Can't really read that. Oh, this shot is. So remember when I said how there's a lot of shots in this. I'm also noticing that this is something that I noticed. I was about to talk about like the use of like one light, but I also notice how they are 100% using a filter because the blacks aren't like fully black. Like it's not a full on dark black color. It's a mostly tinted black. I like it though personally. It definitely adds more. I don't want to say it makes it more cinematic, but kind of makes it a bit cinematic to me. I mean, I myself, I use a filter. So if I if I turn it off, this is how my camera would normally look like. But then I turn it on, so my blacks aren't entirely black. But going back to what I was saying, right? One lighting. One major light here. One major light here. One light here. One light here. One light here again. Like there's some lights from like the left and right, but like only one is like in like frame. Right? There's only one that is in the frame. Every other light are like on the side. Here as well. Beautiful shot, by the way. Also here. And it adds this mood. It adds this certain level of I want to say solace, serenity, peace. It's this one singular light shining the darkness. It adds this certain level of hope. That last flicker of hope, determination. Warmth. Most of it is yellow. Yellow orange. The color of the lighting, right? Here, yellow. Here, also yellow. The lighthouse, yellow. Even here, on the right side, yellow. Which indicates like the ship. And warm colors, if you learn color theory, usually indicates coziness, mostly attributed to your own home. So it's this subtle lighting technique, especially during the scene, right? At night, where the Alliance finally came into shore and they're trying to fix the ship. It's that final hope to save basically all of humanity, to save the world, to save their home. And then the warmest that it could possibly get is, of course, the break of dawn, as the sun is rising, right? Building up to this crescendo where Hanji is the one that has to sacrifice herself in order for everybody to survive, right? And to carry on. The sun rises, clear as day. And then we move on to chapter 2. Still using the morning sunrise, right, as a light source, right? This yellow tint, this yellow orangey tint to it. This entire scene is great. All of our characters, right, sinners as they are, talk it out with each other, especially Reiner and Connie, both of whom, have, like a really tight relationship in season 2, right? Like they're both really close buddies. Reiner saving Connie multiple times before. So when it was revealed that Reiner was actually the armored titan, Connie was like in shock and disbelief. And he was still carrying this, this anger towards towards them, right? But ultimately, that anger is shooing him in. Talks it out to Reiner. Reiner talks it out to Connie as well. Great moment. And then comes the good old question. So, is Eren trying to be the bad guy so we could be the good guy and we can stop him and we can win? Is that what's going on? Yes, that is exactly what is going on. We've finally reached the point where we can finally say yes, Eren is doing this so that he can make sure that his friends could save the day and kill him so they could all be heroes. The question is, are they going to succeed or not? That remains to be seen. But what is interesting is the fact that Eren is doing it because he is giving them the option. You guys are free. You are my friends. I am giving you the freedom to choose. But that's a bit ironic, isn't it? Freedom to choose. In my eyes, that's not freedom at all. Because ultimately, you're giving them a choice. That is not freedom. You're still forcing them to choose between let me go or kill me. They are free to choose, but ultimately, they are stuck with those two options, right? Naturally, all their friends trying so hard to reach out for them, especially Mikasa. Levi doesn't give a shit. He just wants to punch him. He just wants to beat the shit out of Eren, which okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah, the sensible one. Talk it out. Hell no, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Fuck you. Killing all those people. But Eren finally appears. Love the scene, by the way. Absolutely love the way they handled the scene. The way the way the sound editing goes, right? The way the sound kind of and kind of shows Eren. The music that plays during this moment. This shot of the four main friends that Eren has left. All trying to reach for him, right? They're trying to keep moving forward. And I don't remember this in the manga. This specific part where they're running, but then they meet them again. I'm pretty sure the loop was not in the manga at all. In fact, let me double check. Because from what I remember, they just ran straight to Eren and then they eventually would meet Ymir and Eren. Okay, so they got teleported to Paradis. Aaron gave his speech. Oh no! It is in the manga. I just did not remember it. Yeah, the looping was actually in the manga. Okay. How did I not notice that? Because the idea of them trying to reach Eren and them keep moving forward, but it would end in an the them trying to keep them trying to reach Eren by moving forward would eventually loop back to where they started is pretty symbolic if you ask me, right? Like that's pretty symbolic. Thematic even. One would even say that that the choice to move forward to reach their destination would ultimately lead them back to where they are before, as if the loop never as if you cannot stop the loop. But it is in the manga, like I don't remember that. I don't remember people discussing that. Because when I was watching this, I thought this was actually an anime original scene, and I thought, oh, it's pretty cool the way that they are trying to show, like the 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 bleak idea that what they're trying to do would fail. But it was actually in the manga this entire time. I do not remember it. Like I literally just went back and read the manga again. Hang on. Let me open it again. But yeah, here they're running towards Eren. Right, they're running towards Eren. They're about to meet Eren, and then there it is. Bottom left panel. Suddenly, they met Reiner, Peak, and Levi again. Whoosh. Whoosh. Either way, thematically and symbolically, it's great. Yeah, I think we were too busy like reading the dialogue. Because the dialogues are really big. Like Isayama made sure that everybody who's reading that moment read the dialogue. Like he made those texts like super big. Really interesting that I just noticed that. Huh. You are free to protect the world's freedom. As they kept looping back to the very beginning. And Eren is free to keep moving forward. To fight. But also it would also mean that they are reaching out to Eren not to fight him, but to talk to him, right? They are reaching out without the intent to kill Eren, without the intent to fight Eren, right? They're reaching to Eren with the intent to talk him out of it. So with Eren saying there's only one inevitable truth, which is to fight, it would also show that in order to stop this cycle, this loop that they are going for, they have to face Eren. They have to fight it, which is kind of paradoxical and kind of to stop the cycle of violence. You have to fight. See, that's where my interpretation starts to lose focus. But thematically speaking, if you were to look at it that way, it would pose like some very interesting philosophical questions, doesn't it? Because either option would still lead to conflict, right? Because once again, Eren's friends are moving forward towards Eren, not to fight, right, but to make peace. What they ended up going is they looped back. They went back to the very beginning, and then Eren continues his speech. So long as we each hold unbending convictions, a clash is inevitable. There's only one thing to do, which is to fight. But if you choose to fight, then you're only feeding the cycle of violence more. I can't talk more than that, because obviously the ending of Attack on Titan would pretty much answer, this dilemma that we're currently having, right, with this loop, like how to approach it, right? Like I can't really answer that, but it is a very interesting idea that Isayama probably gave. Well, not really Isayama gave that. Like, this is my own interpretation, but the idea that you cannot escape the cycle. You have to keep it going, or the only way to stop the cycle is by using it. It is interesting. Curious to see like how anime onlys are interpreting this, because this is going from this is coming from someone who has seen the ending and who knows where it's going. But I would love to see like other people's like discussion, their analysis, anime onlys, and how they interpret some of these scenes, right? As people who don't know where it's going but have an idea of where it's going. Chat is pretty much debating. I love to see it. Project Omnia says, however, based upon the theories given in the story, why couldn't Eren use the founding Titan's power to just get rid of the Titan powers altogether? Which some people answer that it is because Marley would still kill the Eldians. Yeah, there's a lot of these questions are reasonable, and the answer are almost always concrete. It's speculative, yeah. Because we don't really know for sure, right? I mean, ultimately, this is a story that that could change and defy any kind of logic. So it is hard to, you know, to think about something that may seem to be simple but is more complex than what it seems. I miss this. I really miss this. People actually discussing Attack on Titan in a civil manner. Wow. Like, could you imagine that? 2023, people actually discussing Attack on Titan in an actual constructive manner as they debate. Wow. If you wish to stop me, you have freedom. But Eren is still giving them the choice, so it's not technically freedom, it's the illusion of freedom. They are free to choose over options that they are forced upon. Right? And of course, after that scene, we continue on. Most of the Alliance basically came up with the conclusion that, yep, we can't really do anything about it. There's no way out of this. We can't solve this by talking. We have no choice to fight. Which is painful for a lot of them. The inevitable truth. Especially for Mikasa. Now, I didn't really talk about it that much during the reaction, but Falco's memory of flying above the clouds. And also him basically saying that the female Titan has the ability to use other Titans' ability. So basically, for those of you who are probably still confused, like the female, correct me if I'm wrong about this, like it's been a while, but if I remember correctly, the female Titan's ability to draw other Titans are actually the ability of the Beast Titan, if I remember. And if I do have to criticize like some narrative beats, it's that this plot point where Falco immediately just say at the penultimate episode of the entire story, right? Like a couple of chapters before it ends, suddenly saying, "Oh yeah, I remember about something that could potentially save us, like this superpower that I don't know, but I could have." It's just one of those plot points, those story beats that I wasn't really a big fan of. Like I get it, I could get behind it, but the fact that it happened like so quickly at the end kind of feels like slightly tacked on. Like it's because the thing about it, right? Like because the thing about it is everything seems to be going fine, right? Story-wise, everything seems to be going fine for the Alliance. Like there's really nothing holding them back towards getting Eren. Eventually, they did get to Eren at the end. Great sequence, by the way. They jump to Eren, and then they fight, and then they fought him, right? Cliffhanger. On to the next episode, fall 2023, right? So this scene where Falco just suddenly say, I think I remember this ability that I could, that I could possess from like past memories. It's like unlocking a power that is obviously written to help our main characters, to help save the story. But we are currently in a moment where the story doesn't need to be saved. You get what you know what I mean? Like, the Alliance so far is doing fine. So this really just came out of the blue, and it was confusing for a lot of us. I would say it's also because this wasn't foreshadowed as much. Like, you gotta remember, like, Falco became the Jaw Titan yesterday. You gotta remember that. He became the Jaw Titan like yesterday. He became the Jaw Titan, he passed out, he woke up feeling, oh my god, what just happened? Let me out. And then, oh yeah, I remember this memory. So I would have preferred if they kind of show Falco having nightmares, let's say, about what this is. Falco has mentioned about a memory about flying with ODM gear. What's my opinion on that? My opinion on that is that is just a jab that the studio wrote as a joke to, hey, we were fighting Titans before, so why are we here? That was a joke. A lot of anime onlys were speculating like what those are, but ultimately I'm sad to say that that entire scene, it was supposed to be a joke. Yeah, Isayama requested it as like a joke, so because the people who were making it thought that audiences wouldn't the people who were making it thought that the audience would be confused if they are watching Attack on Titan or not. So they added that line in to confirm people that, hey, this is Attack on Titan. Okay, that's pretty much it. Pretty sure that was not in the manga at all. It did made a lot of people question stuff, because again, season 4 episode 1 was released when the manga was still, being released at the time, right? The manga was still going on, so manga readers were also like, wait, what is this? What is this? Because narratively, it makes no sense that Falco would have those memories, because he never had Titan fluids to begin with. With Eren and his dream that he saw, right? That ultimately made him cry in like the beginning of episode 1 and in the beginning of this episode, it makes sense because Eren has the ability, to, he has paths, right? He has the ability to actually transcend time and space as the Attack Titan. yeah, exactly. For Aaron, it makes sense, but for Falco, it does not make sense. So that dialogue that in season 4, episode 1 was just something that was supposed to be a joke, but ultimately ended up confusing everybody. It would have been a good opportunity to rewrite and retool the storyline, but yeah. Let's just say most people also didn't know where the story was going at the time. Like, without spoiling stuff, I do love what they do with Falco with this. But again, like, I just wish that there was a little more time, maybe in season 4, part 2, where we spend more time with Falco and, like his thoughts, maybe having more of these memories, these nightmares, because we never really saw these memories and nightmares and whatever that he saw, right? These dreams. Like, more build up to it, right? More build up, more foreshadowing, which would ultimately make this scene a lot more um, forgiving, and people would be like, oh, this is where those things were building up to. Okay, instead of just out of the blue, somehow Palpatine returned from Star Wars, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, because they tried to explain it, right? Like, I turned into a Titan using Zeke's spinal fluid, and then he saw a memory of flying above the clouds. And then slow zooming into Annie giving this realization, like, oh my god. The answer is, we don't get the answer, right? Cuts to the next scene. But yeah, that's just like one plot point of these final few chapters and episodes that should have maybe needed more time. Um, man, the background artist is just gorgeous. So, all of these people coming in for refuge. Miss Brown. If only she had never tried to become a warrior. Just stabbing that guilty feeling to her, like, yeah, better build that guilt. Mm-hmm. Who is this? I don't remember this. Who is this? Why does he look like Armin, and why does he look so cool? Who is this? I legit have no idea. He is pretty. like some. What's this in the manga? Hang on. Because I don't remember a character having that much drip. Bro, this dude. Who is this dude? Like, he just appeared in 2 panels. This was his appearance. This is it. That's him. That is him. Oh, look at the glow up. What? What? Okay. Somebody in Studio Mappa absolutely loved this side character that appeared for 2 panels. I'm not complaining. This was a really interesting shot. They did not have to do this, but they did it anyways. And yeah, like how a lot of you guys have said, like some appreciation for the CGI in this episode. Mostly the background art, like the buildings and the environments, but man, like this is what I would call a cinematic shot, where the camera is moving in a 3D space. They could have just have this hangar in the back, just a 2D background, and then they can just pan it from left to right. They could have just done that, but nope. Nope, they went the extra mile. Nope, we have to render it in 3D for a few seconds because we need this shot. I respect it. I respect it. And look at how detailed some of these like characters are, right? Kind of comparing it a bit to Vinland Saga that is currently airing right now, which is great, by the way. Vinland Saga Season 2 has been great, but there are multiple instances where we have shots like these, where a character is, really far away. We have a really wide shot, but they didn't really have the time to actually animate the eyes or the mouth, for example. Like, they oversimplify it. But here, like I can see those eyes. I can see his eye. Pretty well detailed. Gotta give credit where credit is due, once again. Would have discussed about the themes of Attack on Titan, but at the same time, this person is already telling us basically the themes of Attack on Titan, so I'm not gonna repeat what he says, but the responsibility does not lie solely with you. It lies with all of us adults. A monster was born. We should never repeat the same mistake again. For our children. Like he did the job for me. Like I don't have to explain it. It is explained. But it does feel like a little too late. Yes. I mean it tells the audience like the theme by the end of the show. Kind of it's basically like how an author would, hey, if you did not realize it at this point, I'm letting you guys know right now. This is the point of the show. This is the message. Okay, I'm letting you know. This is the message. If you don't get the message now, then I cannot help you. Because we are about to finish the show. So here it is. It feels like that. I'm fine with it. Like it doesn't really matter to me. Like for most people who already know the themes and what Attack on Titan is trying to do, like we get it. Cycle of violence bad, hatred bad, violence bad, genocide bad. Don't lump your responsibilities to other people. Don't let the sins of the father or the mother or the parent be a burden to your children. Let the children out of the forest. Like this is basically the children of the forest analogy, but instead of using that analogy, it's just straight up telling you what the children of the forest analogy is. again, like I don't have a problem with it, but the reason why it's here is because it's like the last time that you're going to have a moment to tell the audience like what your story is before all hell breaks loose, which is a really good theme, like what Project Omnia says, like the Children of the Forest theme is just so good. It's poignant and beautiful. And I also agree with Pro Pincus. It's also more of to tell the people, the characters themselves, like, hey, don't do this shit. I vow to never repeat the same mistake. But it seems that it's all too late. To break away from our era of mutual hate, to create a new world where people take care of each other. Here and now we say farewell to our monster. And again, they're trying to end the cycle of violence by using violence. Drop the bombs. It failed miserably. It only made things worse because now it looks like an apocalyptic hellhole. Love the fire effects. Like. And this is 2D animated attack time. Like this is the this is background art. It's static. Not really moving. Right? That's why there's a lot of texture to it. Which I am hoping that in part 2 we could get a mix between the CG Attack Titan and 2D background Attack Titan. I would say the CGI for Zeke is okay. I would say it's on par with the quality that they have in season 4 part 2. Definitely better than season 4 part 1, but this is mostly because it is being masked and being hidden by a lot of particle effects, which honestly is the way to go in my eyes. Like in season 4 part 1, like the Zeke versus Levi fight, for example, like it is like nothing is actually obstructing him and it is in broad daylight, so yeah, of course you're gonna see like how bad the CGI is. But when it comes to this, you get a lot of dynamic shots. You're not really zoomed in on Zeke. He's being covered a lot in smoke. It helps mask the imperfections. And the end result is pretty good. Like it's also like a mixture between 2D and 3D as well. That was a good shot. No pun intended. Yeah. Personally, I would have loved if they used a different OST for this, because this basically makes it feel like the ending of season 4 part 2 again, because they used the same song. Granted, it is a very fitting song, but I would prefer that they used a new different song or a different rendition of that, because it just plays out the same way, right? Dude gives a speech, Fleet comes in, lots of explosions, doesn't do jack shit, gets destroyed. Rumbling keeps moving on. But this shot though, woo! Now, I'm not somebody who is knowledgeable in meteorology, but I'm sure the storm that the Alliance is going through is caused by the steam of the rumbling. CG plane actually looks pretty good. Interesting. They transition from 2D to 3D. Like the close-ups are 2D animated, right? You can see it in the nose. But then you reach this, like this, and wait, this, and then now it's CGI. But there's a lot of masking, right? Like here, it's obviously a combination of 2D and 3D. Like the hand is 3D. Sorry. Like this part is 3D. The foreground is 2D. Because obviously they need a lot of smearing. Probably tracked it using the CG model. This is hype. This is also hype. Man. Also, finally, thank you for actually using the full song with the lyrics. Because they kept using the instrumental version only this entire time. Like why waste that music, man? Peak's ass. And that is the end of the episode. We're in the end game now, boys. We're in the end game now. the CG model close-up of um of Aaron's founding titan is really good. I think the only thing that is making this shot slightly uncanny to me is that the eyes are moving along with the body. Like it is very lifeless, and I know that's kind of the point, but it's like there's no. It's like the eye isn't like its own model. Like the eye is just straight up attached to the head. I don't know. I don't know. I would have loved to, again, nitpicks, but I would have loved if the pupils just slightly move to the right, just slightly move to the right. But that's just me though. Episode ends. Ending time. I'll search the lyrics for it because I heard some of the sentences, but I didn't hear all of it. Sim under the tree. Let's see. Where are you at? Where have you been? Hang on. There we go. Where are you at? Where have you been? Toikake? No. Where's the actual English translations? God damn it! Hang on. Okay, here we go. And you guys can't actually see it. Hang on. There we go. Where are you at? Where have you been? There are no answers for my questions. Now what did we just discuss about earlier? About Aaron's question about the time loop and how to resolve it? There are no answers for my questions. Where are we headed? What did you mean? It's too late, too far to follow after you. A bird, a butterfly, and my red scarf. Butterfly. I mean, the bird obviously symbolizing Aaron, the red scarf symbolizing his bond with Mikasa, the butterfly symbolizing Mikasa, but I can only pinpoint the OVA as a direct link between Mikasa and a butterfly. And we know the OVA for that. We know the OVA for Mikasa was kind of whack. Like it's not, it's not really meant to be taken like too seriously and all that stuff. Like it's just her fantasy, but let's just assume that the butterfly is Mikasa. The bird, the butterfly, and my red scarf. Don't make a mess of my memory. Don't make a mess of memories. Just let me heal your scars. The wall, the owl, and forgotten wharf. Our time is running out. We're getting older second by second by second. The owl. Interesting. I don't think it's actually referencing Aaron Kruger. Why oh why don't you want to stay with me? Are you giving up on me? I'll be waiting for you. Let me hold you under the tree, under the tree. I will protect you. Isn't there a butterfly in one of the memories Aaron sees in chapter 1 of episode 1? I can remember that. Yeah. There's probably a butterfly there. But a butterfly was also trampled at the opening for the rumbling. Like the rumbling OP, right? The final visual is a colossal titan stomping on the camera, and it switches to a butterfly being trampled. These lyrics hit hard though. Like if you know, then you know. But it's this that is kind of getting to me. Like the wall, okay, I understand, but the owl and the forgotten wharf. What is it trying to say? I could connect it to something, but I can't really say what that is because that's kind of spoilers, so I'm not gonna go into that. But let us go back to the ending once again and see the visuals for it. So we see Aaron walking. To me, this kind of symbolizes like the rumbling itself, right? The constant, like the rumbling moves forward, it doesn't stop. With the camera angles, it also feels like the way he moves is heavy, like boom, 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 like there's momentum to his movement, which is why I can kind of see that this is symbolizing, Aaron and the rumbling at the same time. Birds, more birds, more birds. Walks the line again towards the tree. We see the tree towards the tree up atop that hill. We cut that to, I was about to say the Earth tree from Elden Ring. We cut to paths, and then of course we cut to the tree that started it all. This is animated by Hayashi himself. Ooh. And then the episode ends, directed by, yeah. So as you can see, like all of these birds are black except for this one. This is the only bird and it's white. So it it means that there's a change. There's a difference. So the white, you know what else is white? The founding titan. The founding titan is white. Everything else is black. So you know what that means, right? Eren became burp. Ellen became burp. Crying. See these right here. These aren't feathers. These are tears. This bird is crying. Don't you guys get it? Don't you guys see it? It's all connected. AOE is happening. Okay. This special episode has been incredible. I absolutely love it. Oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot to talk about the king himself. I completely forgot about Flock. I completely forgot about him. He just appeared, destroyed their plans, and pieces out. That's all he did. He just appeared in the back out of nowhere. Shoots, misses everybody except for the plane, which I don't think he was trying to aim for the plane in the first place. Yo, you see this? Now this is good detail. For one frame, you can actually see the bullet flying off the gun, and it's blurred because of like how the camera is moving. That's good detail. Like you gotta appreciate that. Like come on, they didn't have to. It's only like one frame. And he dies. But he does pose a very interesting, like what he's saying isn't entirely wrong, right? Everyone on the island will be killed. Are devils. Are our only hope. Gonna be honest here, I kinda wish Flock had more screen time. Even in the manga, I also felt like he just came. Wait, don't take that out of context. But he just appeared, caused some damage, and then dies. Even even John is like, come on, Flock, get up, come on, come on, Flock. But either way, your based king, whatever you want to call him, is dead. But you know what I appreciate about Flock's character? That he at least died believing his cause. Like he was so determined to his cause. Like he did not betray him at all. Like he did not betray Eren at all. Like he was fully loyal to the very end. Say what you will about Flock. Hate him, love him. He's a loyal dude. Whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, that's up to you. To me, he is always a lousy prick, but a good one. May he rest. I also didn't fully un- I, I also didn't fully get John's reaction to this. Like Hanji's reaction, I could get. Because it's not like Jean and Flock had like a really good relation that was built up. Like most of the scenes that they interact with are them being at odds with one another. Like especially in like season 4, part 1, for example, when we first met them, like they were already like debating on like, hey Flock, we're not supposed to do this, we're not supposed to do that, right? And then in part 2, Flock literally had a gun pointed at, at John, like no, not at John, but Flock was basically telling John like, hey, you can always join us. You don't have to be a hero. You can always be a coward, right? Just live freely. But at the same time, it's also the fact that John was twitching his eyes, like usually, indicating, like showing real emotion. It is kind of weird. Again, like to me, it's not weird enough for me to, it's not weird enough to lose points, but it's also like something that I'm always thinking about. You know what I mean? Like they could have done this slightly better, but when the scene following this is this, woo, this was a moment. This this was a moment. Oh, what a good shot. Oh man, the shot is good. Was that an impact frame that I see? Oh no, it was. Just. Just. Wow. dance with the Titans. And the CG models, like really up close, actually doesn't look bad at all. Like some of these close-up expressions, man. Hanji flew below a Titan's feet that was about to crush her. Misses it by a couple of, like, centimeters. Lands on the feet, runs. Flies again. Whew. This was fucking insane though. Holy shitballs. She approaches a debris. Flings on it. Use the sword to kind of turn around this really sharp point, right? This sharp turnaround. Goes back up. You gotta appreciate the absolute level of choreography that they've just put in. Like, I am just geeking out here. They need more time. She did it! She did the Beyblade! She did the Beyblade! She did the Levi Beyblades! Yo! She did the thing! She did the thing! She's running on the shoulders of the Titans! Her sword is already dull. She takes them out for this split frame, flips, and grabs a new one. The absolute badassery of this scene, my god! I think this is my favorite fight scene in all of Attack on Titan. I actually think this is my favorite action scene of Attack on Titan. it used to be the Levi scene in the beginning of season 3 when when he was running away with when he was running away from Kenny, because there was a lot of like really cool detail in there in that scene as well. I don't know, man. It's again the choreography and also the emotional impact of this fight scene. And the reason why she is doing it. I yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite fight scene. It finally happened. Attack on Titan finally made a fight scene that I think is personally, subjectively better than the Levi scene. And I don't think part 2 is gonna have something that is going to be as well. I don't know. I don't know yet. Maybe part 2 is gonna blow everybody's mind and have like an insane fight scene that we've never seen before. Like like this is a classic AOT shot, right? Of the colossal tie-in from like its ass. Like this is literally its ass panning up to reveal its nape. This is basically the scene in season 3 where Eren was, slicing slicing Bertotto, and but multiply that by 11. My God, this scene is goated. This scene is goated. That scene was so goated. Haven't even talked about like some of the shots that they use for the rumbling scene itself, but great shots, great shots, great scenes. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Just knowing what's coming in part 2, there's definitely gonna be an incredible action. Oh yeah, most definitely. There are a couple of scenes in part 2 that, if they expand on it, would make for an excellent sequence. Especially with okay, let me go back. Especially with like this scene, for example, where like when Reiner transforms into the Armor Titan, clashes with Zeke, and then like you see like how they move around Eren's like spines, and how that and how these spines make for like these dynamic moments where they slam and crush into these different like pillars and whatnot. Like I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of really cool camera movements in part 2 in regards to the fight. But there is also another fight that I think is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a great animated fight. It's still gonna be good, but I don't think it's gonna be a great animated fight, but it will be a very emotional fight. Either way, just let Hayashi cook. Let him have all the time in the world to finish part two. Hopefully, and I really wish that part two is over an hour long. If it's an hour, that's fine, but that means that they're going to faithfully one-to-one adapt the manga. But I personally want part two to be just like an hour and 20 minutes. If they could like add more scenes, like add more dialogue. Like I'm fine if they just straight up adapt the manga one to one and see maybe if like the change in music, maybe a change in dialogue, but the scenes remain the same. Maybe it could, potentially sway some people and maybe fix some issues. Like a single dialogue could change everything. You know what I mean? Like like I know there's like one or two dialogue, one or two sentences in the final chapters of Attack on Titan that have, changed people's perspective a lot, and just like changing those sentences alone could like change how we see it in its entirety. So like again, if they do decide to adapt part two one to one, I am fine with it, but personally I would really want them to add more stuff. I know that's kind of asking more from them, but still. After the next special, there will be yet to be continued. Oh no. Yeah, it's gonna be like to be continued. Attack on Titan, the final season, the final chapters, part two. Part two. I was Yeah, there was no to be continued on this episode, which I'm kind of disappointed. I was I was really hoping for like a to be concluded. I don't know, that's just me. I like it when a show uses to be continued throughout its entire runtime, and then the penultimate episode just changes it to be concluded. It's like, ooh, it's the end. I wonder when they release Blu-rays, are they gonna release these separate or just one full movie? Actually, really interesting question. I think if they release it in like movie format, it could work, because these are like separated by chapters, right? So by the end of chapter 2 of part 1, we could just fade to black chapter 3 and then move on from there. Because so far, like the pacing for like this 1 hour, this hour long, episode, where each part is roughly 30 minutes, the pacing has been actually pretty good. Like I don't feel any downtime. It feels like everything is moving at a pretty steady pace. And if we are to believe that part 3 was supposed to be aired at the same time, then yeah, I could totally see them just releasing the Blu-rays, all at once. Oh yeah, this definitely felt like it was supposed to be a movie. Like this straight up felt like I'm supposed to be watching it in cinemas. Because the ending, the way they ended this part was kind of like, it's like a cliffhanger, but it's like, really? We're gonna end it here? I feel like you're supposed to be keeping the momentum, forward, but it's still a good stopping point, but at the end of the day, still damn fucking good. Damn fucking good. I think that pretty much concludes my discussion. However, I'm still gonna stay here for a bit because I want to make a thumbnail for like the video before it's over. If you guys have anything else you want to discuss to me, go ahead. Actually, before that, I want to go to YouTube and I want to see like how other people make their thumbnails. For references, right? Like if I want to see like people's thumbnails for this season 4 part 3 episode 1 reaction or just reaction. The Eren crying scene, Eren freedom scene, the final shot of the actual show itself, Eren freedom scene. A lot of people using the Levi's Sasageo moment with Hanji. Hanji burning to a crisp scene. Okay, that's very spoilery, but okay, sure, fine. Go ahead. Oh, there's more. Okay. Eren freedom scene. Season 4 part 3 episode 1 reaction. Let me search that instead. Hanji dying scene, Hanji in fire, Hanji burning, more Hanji burning, more Hanji burning. Jesus, why are people using that as a thumbnail? Eren crying scene, Eren crying scene. Look at the seagull staring Armin at the boat. It's gonna be it's gonna be the bird staring at Armin, and then it's my reaction of Hanji's crying. So you're gonna see like the bird on the left and then me crying on the right. I'll put in the text in the middle, like AOE confirm, just to. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. No, better yet, make it Flock's death, but still have me crying. that's now that's gonna be some jokes. Title's gonna be Rest in Peace King Flock. Manga reader reacts to Attack on Titan. No. The shot of Eren is the shot of Eren's founding Titan with the fire going on is pretty cool. But I do want to keep in line with recently I've been trying to find shots that show single characters center frame, and I would just want to use that as my go-to screenshot for each thumbnail. Aaron's ass, maybe I could use Aaron's ass right here, but let me go back to Aaron's crying scene again. It's either Aaron crying do I want to use Aaron waking up again because I already used that in the trailer? I could use this shot, which is the back of Aaron's freedom panel. If I want to show Hanji, then I want to show her... like gearing up. Or the shot of Aaron and Ymir is also pretty good. See you later scene. Literally like the first shot of the trailer of the episode. Maybe a group shot actually, hang on. I'm just baffled to see like some people actually use the Hanji burning to a crisp as a thumbnail, but you know. To each their own. Yeah, there's a lot of really good shots in this special. Like it's really hard to choose. I mean, technically, the safest screenshot is literally the thumbnail that I'm using right now for the live stream. Like, that is the most safest screenshot that perfectly encapsulates this entire episode. Like, this shot is pretty much the safest shot that you could possibly think of. We know it's the rumbling, and we know people are gonna die, and we know people are gonna cry. I have a few shots ready, and I'm just gonna choose which ones I want to use. I guess you guys will have to wait and see for which thumbnail that I'm gonna use. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stop the recording. Thank you all so much for tuning in for Attack on Titan, the final season, part 3, the final chapters, part 1 of 2, chapters 1 and 2. We don't know exactly when part 2 is gonna come out. It's gonna come out in fall. We don't know when in fall, but it's gonna come out in fall. Hopefully that won't get delayed, because if it does, it would be kind of hilarious. But man, what an episode. Probably the best that Studio Mappa could possibly produce with its Attack on Titan adaptation. Went above and beyond with a lot of stuff. Some stuff could be better, but it is what it is. Ultimately, my experience with this has been a really, really fun one. And thank you all for joining in the stream, having this really fun discussion that are both like fun to discuss, debate. We could build off with one another. We could joke around a few things, and the best part is, I don't see any spoilers. So thanks a lot, chat. Once again, the picture-in-picture version for this stream will be available in the description below once I finish rendering that, which will maybe be in a couple of hours. But yeah, don't forget to hit the like if you haven't already. Like support the stream, support the video, support the channel. How long have I been streaming? Wait, how long have I been? Jeez, I was planning on doing 3 hours, man. 4.5 hours long. Probably the longest discussion that I've had for a show so far. Like on a single video. Yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you all next time. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.